SLED-X is brought to you by Fox Racing Shocks. We race what we sell. Camoplast Track Systems. Revive your ride. And by Speedworks. Straight up USA horsepower.
Welcome back to SLED-X 24/7. I'm your host, Misha Johnson, still here at the Polaris World headquarters just outside of Minneapolis. Right now, though, it's time to take another speedy trip to the home of horsepower. I'm, of course, talking about our friendly shop, Speedworks, and standing by is my BFF, Jeremy Houle, to give us all the latest on the gears and gadgets. Jeremy, take it away.
This season, SLED-X 24/7's teaming up with Speedworks to build a custom sled for an average snowmobiler.
Speedworks and SLED-X 24/7 have joined forces, as well as some other outside sponsors, to do a sled build giveaway. The project is called SLED-X.
My brother sent me a link for this contest that was Speedworks and put on in SLED-X 24/7, a sled makeover.
I'm Steve, I'm Matt's brother. I was the lucky one who found the link on the website and emailed it to him so that he had a good chance of signing up.
And I applied, and lo and behold, I won.
I mean, we were joking in the car, we still can't believe it. We're on our way up to Speedworks, you know, we've never been there, we've always talked about it, you know, it's just, I mean, it's a dream come true.
When we read his interview and stuff, he gave us a little background of what he was about, what he's done, and there's some military background there, which makes us really excited.
And when I graduated high school, I joined, and I have been full-time out there for about 6-7 years now as a munitions storage technician or journeyman. We build all the bombs and explosives for the planes. Munitions storage is one big thing, kind of like Speedworks. They work on snowmobiles, they store them, they make parts. It's all pretty much the same thing, very closely related.
You know, he's a bomb specialist. It doesn't get much cooler than that to me. I don't know about you guys at home, but anything to do with blowing stuff up, going fast, gunpowder and race gas, I mean, what more could you ask for?
I met Jeremy, he showed me his shop.
Hey guys.
Basically everything they got going on, how they fabricate, how they build the exhaust, and all the parts they build, and things they got going on other sleds. Some of the details in the background of the shop, it's just wonderful, and they're pretty much their whole operations outstanding.
We kind of laid out what was going to go on with the build, asked him and made sure, you know, he was comfortable with the stuff we had planned to do to his machine. We wanted to make sure these were usable mods for his type of riding.
My riding style is usually fairly aggressive. I have a 2009 Crossfire R800 limited edition. When we take the rough stuff, we go, I mean, we're all over through the moguls, we don't slow down for the bumps, it's usually boom, 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 boom. And we're across them, you hit the lake and we're gone. You come with us, you keep up, or you're gonna be left behind.
The guys went to lunch and talked over the build plans.
What I was thinking, or the picture I had in my head for this whole build, you know, we'll do full exhaust, fuel controller, intake, reeds, clutching. I didn't want to do anything internal with the motor, I didn't want you to be uncomfortable once you got out there and have something that you're going to have to, you know, what's the air doing today, stuff like that. Have something where you can just pull the rope and pin it, go. Yep.
Somebody recognizes what you do for this country. It's outstanding. It makes you feel so good. It makes me feel worth it, you know? It really does. It's a lot easier to do what we do in the armed services when we have people at home that we know are supporting us. A lot easier to do. It makes us feel good.
I think it means a lot to the entire snowmobile community. You know, the show wouldn't be here, Speedworks wouldn't be here. None of this would be here if it wasn't for guys like him. I mean, if it wasn't for guys or families like this, none of us would be here. We wouldn't be watching this TV show. So anytime we get a chance to pay it forward on something like that, I mean, we love being part of that.
Matt's sled is in good hands, and he can't wait to see how Speedworks transforms his sled.
I'm gonna ride the heck out of it, for one. And then the other thing is, there is a race at ERX Motor Park, and I am gonna come up and do that and try that, and I can't wait, that's gonna be outstanding. I'm expecting one bad machine. I mean, I just can't wait. I might not even say anything, you guys, I might just jump on and go. See ya.
So stay tuned as Project SLED-X gets built by Speedworks and ridden by Sergeant Matthew Hamilton. SLED-X is brought to you by Fox Racing Shocks. We race what we sell. Camoplast Track Systems. Revive your ride. And by Speedworks. Straight up USA horsepower.
You want to go fast?
I mean really fast, then we need to bring you to the home of horsepower. I'm of course talking about our friendly shop in Forest Lake, Minnesota, SLED-X. Guys, take it away.
Today on part 2 of SLED-X, Jeremy shows us the trick new parts that SLED-X will be adding to Staff Sergeant Matthew Hamilton's sled. Then the teardown begins, and finally, put it back together. Let's see how it all goes down. First step, Jeremy gets technical with new parts for Matt's sled.
For added traction on this build, we're using the Camoplast Ripsaw 1.25" track. This track, it's much more aggressive than the stock unit, not only because of the taller lug, but it also with these angle profiles. It offers outstanding forward and lateral traction. By far one of the best 1.25" tracks out on the market. We're going to be using the CNA Razor skis. As you can see, they have the 3 keels or 3 rudders. You know, CNA offers several different lines of skis. This kind of being in the middle of the road, it's going to work good for the trail. It's going to work a lot better than a stock ski would in these snowcross type conditions we're going to see. And then we're also going to use the stud boy shaper bars on these CNA skis as well. So with that, the skis in conjunction with the track we're going to be using and stuff, traction should definitely not be an issue, and the steering is going to be just phenomenal on this machine. For suspension on this build, we're going to be using a set of the Flox Float Evol R air shocks. What these shocks are going to mainly offer us is the ability and capabilities to tune and adjust the machine so that the rider is comfortable when he's out there racing, trail riding. We're going to be able to make the adjustments and changes that we need to make him comfortable or to get the sled to ride as fast as it can through the bumps and the rough stuff. For the clutching on this unit, we're going to be using our SLED-X Stage 2 Hyper Shift Clutch Kit. Comes with a set of our aggressive profile, adjustable machined weights. Comes with one of our SLED-X H5 alloy primary springs. We guarantee these springs for 5 years. And one of our SLED-X compound radius helixes. For this particular build, we're using the Dayco XTX belt. This belt offers better cooling and better durability compared to the stock conventional belts that will come on these machines. We're also going to be installing our SLED-X ceramic coated single pipe, SLED-X black painted Y pipe. We're going to be installing one of our lightweight mufflers. Offers stock-like sound levels, and it's going to save us 4 to 5 pounds. We're going to be doing our SLED-X high flow air intake. The stock system is far more restrictive than this. We're going to add this, more air, more horsepower. This part here is good for 2 to 3 horsepower. And to meet our fuel needs with these modifications, we're going to be using the new DynoJet Power Commander 5 fuel controller. The handlebar and control area gets overlooked a lot. You know, the first thing you touch on that sled is the handlebars and the controls. And normally it's the first thing on your body to get cold. The people from Rock Speed Effects have thrown in a set of their ODI grips, and with the hand guards, you're going to be that less likely to get cold. Your gloves are going to stay dry when you're out racing. It just makes the ride, the adventure, the race, it makes it all that much more fun and enjoyable. All in all, the sled is going to feel like we added 10 to 20 horsepower to this machine.
Next, the teardown begins.
So far so good, you know, for an 09 it's in pretty good shape. A little wear and tear here and there. A little bit of an exhaust leak here. We'll go through and clean his clutches and check all that stuff out here before we on the reassembly process. But right now we want to get everything stripped down, get down to the kind of the insides of it and see what we're dealing with, see what we're working with here.
Finally, Jeremy gets to work and the sled takes shape as a grassroots snowcross race machine.
With the added evol chamber, what we've gone with for a main air pressure setup here is we've gone with 35 pounds in the main chamber. We're going 175 on the evol chamber. It's kind of a middle of the road setup. We have the rebound adjuster 10 clicks out. SLED-X black painted Y pipe. The combination of our single pipe and Y pipe adds 9 to 10 horsepower to that machine, and it's also 5 pounds lighter. We're going to start with insulation with this sweet track that Camoplast gave us for this for the sled we're building here. Hands down, it should dominate, plain and simple. Should scare the hell out of them, and that's what we're after.
You want to wiggle that? I got the track and stuff. You just want to make that line?
It's not, no. There you go.
During the final stages of the build, one more package arrives. The custom graphics, themed to honor Staff Sergeant Matthew Hamilton of the U.S. Air Force.
Putting the finished touches on it, you know, when everything comes together, the graphic package, the sponsors and everybody who stepped in on the program, their names are on the side of the machine as well. Looks really good, and you know, the little American flag and Sergeant Matthew Hamilton, that on there enough. I mean, that's just gives me chills. I think Matt's going to be super stoked with this build.
I'm expecting one bad machine. I mean, I just can't wait. I might not even say anything, you guys. I might just jump on it and go. See ya.
Stay tuned as Matt receives his sled and does some grassroots racing on his SpeedWorks modified Arctic Cat.
I think he's going to be super excited. I can't wait to see his face.
SLED-X is brought to you by Fox Racing Shocks. We race what we sell. Camoplast Track Systems. Revive your ride. And by SpeedWorks. Straight up USA horsepower.
Welcome back to SLED-Head 24/7. What a season we've had at SpeedWorks. You watch us tear it apart, modify it, put it back together, make stuff ridiculously fast, but it all comes down to this, the final chapter of SLED-X.
SLED-X is brought to you by Fox Racing Shocks. We race what we sell. Camoplast Track Systems. Revive your ride. And by SpeedWorks. Straight up USA horsepower. Time now for SLED-X. This season, SLED-Head 24/7 teamed up with SpeedWorks for our first project, known simply as SLED-X. The winner of the contest was Matthew Hamilton, a U.S. Air Force Staff Sergeant from Wisconsin.
What I was thinking, or the picture I had in my head for this whole build, you know, we'll do full exhaust, fuel controller, intake, reeds, clutching. I didn't want to do anything internal with the motor, I didn't want you to be uncomfortable once you got out there and have something that you're going to have to, you know, what's the air doing today, stuff like that. Yeah. Have somewhere you can just pull the rope and pin it, go.
This is like a dream come true for him. When he found out he won, he was like a kid on Christmas morning. He was just beside himself.
Anything we can do to pay back anybody who's put their life on the line in situations like that, you know, we'll step up and come to bat right away.
SpeedWorks had special plans for the Arctic Cat, transforming it from trail to track. When finished, SLED-X would debut at the always challenging ERX Motor Park near Minneapolis.
I'm expecting one bad machine. I mean, I just can't wait. I might not even say anything, you guys. I might just jump on it and go. See ya.
Soon, the aftermarket products arrived. Jeremy and the crew tore down the sled and prepped for the install. The parts included Camoplast Track, C&A Pro skis, Stud Boy shaper bars, Fox shocks, SpeedWorks motor mods, a Dayco belt, and Rox handguards. The final detail? Custom graphics.
But Matt doesn't know that we're doing this. This is an added feature to this build. Looks really good, and you know, the little American flag and Sergeant Matthew Hamilton, that on there enough. I mean, that's just gives me chills.
After all the hard work, race day arrived, and the final test for SLED-X.
I'm getting nervous. I'm gonna have a blast, no matter what. It's gonna be fun.
After some practice laps, it was hard not to get excited.
I feel pretty good. I actually thought I was gonna be more tired, but I'm not. I think it's adrenaline just coursing.
I was more nervous about him losing his key, but now that he has a tether, I think that's really good. He won't be able to lose his key anymore.
This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for him to do something that he's always wanted to do, and I'm sure he'll give it his best shot.
Details make the sled, and the crew at SpeedWorks tweaked and fine-tuned the Arctic Cat at the track.
Just pumping up the air pressure so the thing isn't bottoming out and rolling over and pushing over in the corners and stuff.
Now it's time. It's all on the line after hours in the garage. With help from sponsors and friends, it all comes down to this. And Matt and SLED-X are ready. And the green flag flies. Matt and SLED-X are off.
Oh my God! Go! Come on, Matt! That
away. All right. Look at him go, go! Yeah!
SLED-X performed just as it was designed. From a trail sled to racing machine, it was clear SpeedWorks built a winner.
I am thrilled. That was awesome. That was the best. I had such a blast.
You know, Matt did awesome. Most importantly, he had fun. We had fun just seeing the excitement in his eyes.
So what's next? Why, the next SLED-X project, of course. Stay tuned.